Welcome back. We got the master cylinder swapped out on this. Now it's time to do rotors, pads, calipers, and rubber lines. So I've never taken one of these apart before. This is a 1984 two-wheel drive, 1-ton dually. So I got no front axle to deal with, and I'm pretty sure it comes apart like a normal, like a two-wheel drive car, like a two-wheel drive C10 would. Somehow we're gonna pop a cap out here and take the guts out, and that'll pop off. So from what I can tell, I got to take this out, and then something here comes off, this wedge or something comes off, then I can take my caliper off. So we're going to heat this first. We're going to get some heat on that and then try to take this apart. Too easy, right? This goes that way. I need a punch. I'm editing this video while I'm doing the brakes on the other side. Editing this video. I'm gonna cut like 15 minutes of dead film out of here. I had to use the air chisel. I did it on this side. I had this whole side apart in like 5 minutes. So shorten this video up a bit. Air hammer. Okay, I got it out. It just needed the air hammer. So it turns out that this is a leaf spring, and as you drive that guy in, it wedges the whole shebang up. So now this ought to just lift out. Right, lifts right out. Right out. There we go. There's still a lot of meat on that one. I think we got our money's worth out of this one. Oh yeah. You see that back there? I don't know if you could see the degree to which there's a lip worn in that, but boy, it's tighten here. Normally, I wouldn't want to hang this off the rubber hose, but I got a new one of those anyway. So now, look up. We got to get the rotor off. Beautiful. Hubcap. Oh hell, you can see in there all right, can't you? That's that. So cotter pin, castle nut, bearing stack. There's really not much wiggle in there. These bearings would probably be fine to repack and throw back in, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to get a pair of pliers. Cotter pin, which will replace castle nut. Definitely torqued to a proper spec there. And now this guy ought to just, yeah, pop right out. This washer goes against the bearing under the castle nut. So, let me see. Yeah, see that wiggle? That's a little more than we want to see. We're not going to bother to tear the backside apart here because of the dust seal. That feels good though. And that's not real chewed up. Let me just get cleaned up a little here. So up here is where our seal rides, and that looks good. This is where the inner bearing rides and the outer, and those look good. This thing's not all chowdered and chewed up. There was grease in here, which is a little shocking. So what do we want to do next? Next, I want to assemble my new hub. This is what putting it off till later looks like for real. So you can see that lip, how paper thin that is. From the outside here, it's not bad. You could definitely tell that the inside's worn more, but that guy there, you can definitely see how long the cup in that piston was riding against. And I tell you what, that doesn't look bad at all. The part number on the seal here is a Bendix number. This might be an original Bendix caliper. I don't know what the hell they made that cup out of, but boy, it sure is harder than that cast iron. So let me get all this garbage out of the way, and we'll assemble our new brakes. This is super simple, and it's the old school stuff. We're going to goose our bearing, drop it in, seal, appropriate size press, and then slot that on, our front bearing, that washer, that castle nut. So get yourself your favorite loop. Yeah. Just load her up. They make tools for this, but I don't have one. So, just take your bit of bearing, just kind of press it in there. Different guys have different methods. I just kind of roll it in and pack it in and drop it in the dirt. It likes that. You don't need to worry about dirt in your bearings. If you can see that red ring, so we got it in there. There's no air pockets, kind of roll it around. Drop her in. I'm going to go ahead and do this one even though I don't quite need it yet. Just so when I take my gloves off, not wasting it. And I know this probably isn't the way that your granddad taught you to do it, or whatever, but it's the way I do it. If you hate it, that's fine. Get down in the comments and tell me how wrong I'm applying grease to my bearings. I could use the interactions for the algorithm. Get out of there. We'll set this guy aside. Ah, come on. So we'll get that bearing in. Clean up that face. Normally I would use a 2x4, but that won't fit because it's below the surface. So we'll have to use a real seal driver this time. Let's go plop this on. I should hose this off with brake clean, but I don't have any. I guess I can get some mineral spirits and do that. There we go. We wipe this thing down a little. bearing. Now there's a little notch on that spindle. Can you see that? Yeah, that little keyway goes in. Then our castle nut. Oh, I lost my crying towel. Oh, I need an extension. All right, again, I don't know the right way to do this. I'm sure there's a torque number for this. You should probably look it up. The way that I do it, spin it, tighten, spin, tighten, spin, tighten. Until that doesn't turn. And back it out until the castle nut lines up. Is it right? I don't know. But it's the way that I do it. None of these have fallen off on me yet. So I'm going to get a castle nut, put my dust cover back on. We'll move on. We're going to undo the rubber line so we can take it and the caliper out all at once and get our new parts in. So we'll be back when we're set up for that. On second thought, to avoid being harassed by the animals I work with, we'll do it to GM spec. So that is 50 foot-pounds, which is not very much. And then back it off. And then 35, which doesn't nearly seem like enough. 18, 20, 25, 30, 35. And again, that is kind of a long bar. So short. Cotter pin. Ooh. This is a short one, and I have a shorter one. Oh, that's clever. If you look way in here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you down there. Focus. There's a notch. Maybe if I do this, can I? No. Yeah, there's a notch running up and down in that spindle. That's where the cotter pin hole is. That's clever. I don't think I've seen that before. That's mighty nice of them. Yeah. Okay. Rotor installed. I gotta take this off. I gotta take that off. That's it. So, this, nothing too scary. Half inch. Whoa. That's pretty crusty. Huh? Okay, she's wiggling. Oh yeah. What kind of absolute asshole would nut and bolt that through there like that? You gotta be one sick mother. Okay. Oh, okay. See that? And it's like a little T shape. Cool. Cool. Now, oh, do I need to pop the hood? I don't actually know what the other end of that fitting is. What's on the other side of the, what do we call that? That's a bulkhead fitting. So let me get a line wrench. Maybe we'll get lucky and that thing will just pop off there. I doubt it. Well, something's moving. Oh boy. No, I think she's just unthreaded. She's broke loose, so I can grab a regular wrench to finish backing that off. Oh no. Something weird is happening here. Something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. Is that a snap ring? What the hell is going on? We're going to pop the hood and take a look on the inside of that frame rail. This is going, oh, you can't even. I have the distinct feeling this is going to end with a broken brake line. The way this should work, the way that this ought to work is, my goodness, there we go. This rubber hose goes over a bulkhead fitting through the frame rail, but for some reason that bulkhead fitting is spinning and should not be. This was my biggest, this is going to be the biggest hurdle. The rubber lines, I was worried they were going to break at this connection. It's seeming like they might. I can't actually see in there, so I'm going to have to take my phone down and use it as a periscope so I can see what the hell's going on and maybe work out some sort of plan. So I don't know, maybe we'll stick that footage in or not. I definitely should have washed this before we started working on it. You'll have that on these big jobs. Post-edit Tom again. I got it apart without breaking anything. Just needed to get the right tools in the right place, get my tongue just right, and it came apart. Next bit, putting it back together. Okay, I got 3 of these. One is left and one is right, but I don't know which is which. So that's 2204. These two are the same. That one's different. Through an error, slight error, my wife ordered me 3 of these. So how do we tell which is left and which is right? That would go there, to there, and up to there. So I think this is the right one. Okay, so I got that without fucking anything up. Let me flip you. We got that apart without too much trauma. So this brick goes on this way, which means this goes here and up. They're the same length. So what I need to do, stick this through the hole. That goes on that side, gets tightened down. And then, you see that hole? Yeah. Should I loosen this inside nut up? What I definitely cannot have happen is, well, let me open this one and show you what's going on in here. What the end of this looks like, so this goes through the frame and then that nut clamps this down, and the inside of that guy is threaded for the brake line to go in. And what I can absolutely not afford to do, oh well, it's getting a little fluid through it. What I absolutely cannot do is cross thread that little brake line. We'll be in a world of shit. Oh yeah, everything's leaking everywhere now. So if I loosen this, okay, so that's all tight now. That only took every tool in the damn toolbox. I don't even know if you can hear me anymore. I leaked brake fluid all over my hat. What an asshole. Okay. We're on the home stretch though. I'm pretty sure I just installed the wrong line. No. Oh, it goes like that. Okay. Okay. Editing this is going to suck. I'm all over the place. I'm talking to myself out here you can't hear. Copper washers for the banjo bolt. Should clean that up though with a wire brush. So let me find that. Oh. New banjo bolt. Copper washers. We'll have some of those spare. That's nice. Okay. That's not right. Is it? Does that go down there? Okay. Yeah, hose goes under it. Stick you up here for now. Let's go get, wait. Pop that guy out. Let's go get our brake pads. Brake pads. Confirm. Using the old ones. I'd say those are the same size. I'll tell you what, I think that's been jacked up for a while. So this is the outside. That just clip on there? Okay, that just sits there. The inside one. I don't know how the inside one works because there wasn't one to take off. Definitely. Well, it fits. As Ron the mechanic would say, it's good enough for the girls I go out with. I don't know how many girls he's going out with these days or what they look like. I'll have to ask his wife. Maybe she knows. And that should sit in there like that. You'll swing you around so you can see. This is going to be an hour-long video. I don't even know how I'm going to cut all this out. But that, oh, we can't look. So that rides under there on a wedge, and we'll hammer that guy back in there. Can you see that little channel? Kind of see that, you see that gap? That piece fits around there, this little leaf spring. For now, let's get our banjo bolt on before we forget. That'd be pretty terrible, right? Look down. Light. Yep, right there. Banjo bolt. Copper. Come on. I get nervous sometimes because Okay, that's it. In the 40 years since GM sent this truck out on the road, who knows how many reworks and revisions. And I have bought parts that were for a truck, but were for like a new style part, you know. Sometimes you get recalls. Come on, just thread in there for me. And I've had problems with trying to fit OE parts on remanufactured parts that were to a different spec or like a recalled or whatever. What size is that? I can't even guess. Like probably not 10 millimeter. Maybe 10-ish, 10-ish. Nope. Oh. I thought I was going to get away with that. The 11 millimeter ratchet wrench is not in its home. Really? Click. It's getting late, and I am losing my entire mind, or at least what I had left of it. I'm not getting this all done tonight. So what I'm going to do is, this side is done. I got to put this bolt back through to hold that. I can't bleed it because I'm here by myself. I'm going to throw that other tire back on. We're not even going to tear that side apart. I'm going to back it straight out this door that you can't see. And we're going to finish this up tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to show that. There's probably an hour's worth of footage here that is just nonsense. So I'll pare that down, and well, the other side will go smoother because I already know what I'm doing. I figured it out on this side. So I'm going to shut this thing off, put this keeper bolt back in, throw these tires on, clean. I got tools from hell to Houston. That's it. All the struggling here, we're going to do it again on the other side, and then bleed these out, and she'll have brakes again. And then all I got to do is fix the oil leak, and the glow plugs and the rocker panels, front fenders, 4 doors, bed sides, inner fenders, shocks, interior, dash pad, headliner. She'll stop at least, though. We'll see y'all later. I'm going to get this done, clean all this mess up, and go home. So I'm hungry and I'm tired. We got to work tomorrow, too. Thanks for watching, for sticking around however long this is. This last piece right here at this doobly, I'm at 23 minutes, so bye, guys.